Imagine a home that you enter, you see footwear stand right outside, but all the shoes left here and there. And then we enter the home. There's there's helmets, there's keys, everything right on the table that is just set there for a decor. And then you enter in the living room. The sofa is occupied already, with leaving no place for you to sit. Um, and then you see a lot of remote controls on the sofa or the couch. And then you have um, little ones who've placed their bags, water bottles, or probably, the rest of the family members leaving things out there. It's a big house, but every foot, every step that you keep feels like the house is fully occupied, not by people, but with a lot of things, a lot of um, clutter, a lot of things that do not is not supposed to be occupied in that place has taken its place there, leaving you nothing uh, but to just get to your bedroom, to see a bed or cot full of clothes, probably just washed, but it's still not gone into the closet where its home is. And then you see quite a few. So you're tired already. You go to the kitchen. You see the kitchen cabinets and the slabs with a lot of vessels on it. Now you're trying to find a glass to just get some water. You happen to see a ray of plastic bottles. You turn around, just grab one of them, heave out a sigh, but not of relief, but with a lot of anguish. How is this home supposed to radiate energy that's going to light up each of the lives in that home? I'm sure as we kept imagining this, like we were doing this exercise right right now, instead of just imagining the situation. Probably what I mentioned all this while was not is not true in many of our cases, but still there are places at your home, at your house, which is not making it a home anymore, and it's just a house because you feel so empty. You feel like you've returned to a place where there's accumulation of a lot of pain, stress. It doesn't let you relieve yourself out of what you've gone through for the entire day. Is this something that you all have experienced? Now let's imagine another situation where you're stepping into a home where all the footwear is neatly arranged. It's got a closet for itself. Everything is closed. And then you open the door. There are helmets placed on its helmet stand, the keys in the key bunch stand. And then you walk inside. The sofa is just welcoming you, to embrace you, to cuddle you. And the remotes are just sitting in its corner waiting for you to be taken. The TV is right there, nothing beside it, for you to pay complete attention only to the television. And then you walk inside, you want to rest completely. So you get to your room, you want to refresh, and you have everything neatly placed. You feel like the house is no longer a house but a home where you can keep unwinding yourself. Every inch, every cell, every bit of you is now telling that it's time for you to relax and unwind. And then you You step into the kitchen to grab a glass of water, and you feel like you just want to sit right there because there's so much place and there's so much of serene and calm mindset when you get inside your kitchen. You take a glass of water and you start drinking, and it feels like a chill, cold river stream is just allowed inside your body. How is this going to feel? Now, while you're relishing that drink of water, you just come and sit on your sofa or a couch, and then you start feeling like my long day is over. Now I'm relaxed. I'm absolutely calm. I'm refreshed, ready for another set of activities for the rest of the day. If it's evening, if this is what you're thinking, and you are able to see that happening in your home, then you're already there. You have a home which is going to raise your energy, which is going to uplift your moods. It's going to enhance your thought process. All of this is going to happen not by somebody else, but with the energy and the aura that your home creates. I think today's topic is all about um, raising your energy with home decor, right? How do we increase positive energy around your home? This year, as we begin, and we're just 6 days into this year, and we have a long way ahead, what are some of the things that we can do today that can give a peaceful aura at your home and make you feel like the little birds have come back to the nest to enjoy and cherish? Now, the moment we spoke about home decor, most of you would have started feeling that I need X, Y, Z, I need wind chimes, I need a wall hanging, I need a room full of paintings, I need flower vases, I need, it. The list just keeps never ending. But are these all really required for us to feel happy? Are these really required for us to enhance the aura of the entire energy at your home? Well, the answer to that is no. Many people think so, they feel that way, but the truth is less is more. The lesser you keep at your home, the more vibrant you feel. The lesser you accumulate, the more you raise or uplift your energy. So your home is not just a physical space, it's an energy field. It's something that deeply influences your mood, the health, relationships, and abundance. When decor and decluttering is done consciously, the shift is felt in no seconds. Just imagine, or probably have a word with your wife, your mom, your little daughters, or anyone, or it could be your son. I'm not going to be biased with gender here. Someone who's very obsessed with cleaning, right? You just ask them how they feel after they see the entire home clean. They would have cleaned the house, they would have worked for probably hours, yet after they have cleaned the home and they see it's sparkling, it's their brain that is actually sparkling inside them. They feel a different level of high when they see everything clean. If you haven't had an experience of talking to someone like this, probably it's your mom, it's your wife, it's your sister, or it could be you. Just sit and think back and see if this is something that I've done. Have I experienced what it feels like to have a home that is absolutely clean and decluttered? Have you experienced that? In case you haven't, probably today we're going to discuss a few things on how can we make sure that our house is decluttered to make it a vibrant home. Now, while we're talking about home decor, we must understand how this affects the energy of the home, right? While I was just explaining, or probably letting you imagine, let your mind run through, let your eyes go through your home from each room, from the living room, from the hall to the bedroom, to the kitchen, to the toilet, right? These are all places that are supposed to be in everyone's home. But how has it been impacting you? Have you ever noticed how does it make you feel when you go to each of these places? Does it invite you, or does it feel like, um, excuse me, it's just a little space for you here. We're all seated, and you have just a chair, and probably please pick up the towel from there, put it on elsewhere, and you can sit. Is this what your room telling you? Then probably it's time for us to revisit each of these, take a look at how we can redefine them, redefine your energy, redefine the way your home emanates aura, and that's going to change everything completely. The first one, what does good decor do? What does good home decor do? Like I already mentioned, less is more. That's the key. Good decor helps you to remain calm, helps you to work with clarity, and you will see a lot of things flowing, right? Your creative juices are just flowing in your brain. And how does this happen? First things, if you're going to browse your home today instead of scrolling through Insta Reels, probably this is something that we need to do. The place where I sit, is it well lit? That was rhyming, but actually it's got a lot of sense. Does the place where you sit emanate a lot of light, right? Check whether we have natural light and ventilation. Why is this important? That's the key aspect to uplift your mood and eliminate stagnation. Now, in case you have windows and there are already things that are covering to avoid the light from penetrating in, then probably that's the first thing you need to do. It could be your curtains, or it could be things that are placed against the window that's covering the light. That is something that you need to stay away from. What are the other things that you could have? Natural materials like wood, clay, plants, cotton. All of these are helping you blend with the nature, right? They help you ground, and they soothe your energies. And most importantly is colors, our colors. Now, how and what colors can we have at home which is going to elevate your moods? These days I feel a lot of people have gotten into very harsh colors or dark colors, and they say this is something that's going to be beneficial for your home, right? Harsh dark colors generally do not emanate peace. Instead, it's the light colors which neutralizes and brings a lot of peace and mental clarity. Green, greens, when I say greens, I'm talking about natural green that promotes healing and growth. If it is blue, not the dark ones, but blues generally communicate calm, generally enhance communication, and they generate calm mindset within. It's it's advisable that we avoid excessively dark or harsh colors, especially in living spaces. Now, how is this different? Dark colors actually make you look shrink. Have you all experienced that when you wear a black colored dress, people say, "Hey, you've become thin. What's going on? Are you on diet? What is happening?" All right? Probably there's nothing that you've changed except for wearing a color that's black. Why? It makes you look thinner. It makes you look thinner. That's the visual effect that the color black has. Now, let's imagine that your home is 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 whatever dimension it has, and you have harsh dark colors. They are going to make your room look smaller. Or in contrast, light colors actually enhance and make your rooms look big. Now, what does your brain think? The room is big, there is a lot of space, there is clarity in every step, every corner that I go to, right? So, personal meaning, what does decor tell you? It tells your story, it raises your emotional well-being, right? Minimal but intentional decor. Now, we're not saying we should not have anything at home. It's going to look empty. That's not what we are talking about. We're talking about a minimalistic lifestyle, a minimalistic home decor, which is going to improve your focus and your positivity. The more things are kept, and if they are unkept, which means that they are not kept in places that they are supposed to be in, that enhances negativity. That enhances a very cluttered mind. You may have noticed that many people feel that when they're cooking or probably when they're working, they want the office table to be messy. And then they claim that only if it's like this, then I feel like I'm working, right? If my table is full of, stuff, I've kept papers, pens, stationery, water bottle, chargers, and whatnot. If your table is cluttered is when people feel like they're working. Now if that's the way your tables are, then probably that's the way your mind is too. It's cluttered, and there is a lot of energy that you need to put just to make sure that you get things on a list, right? People with such messy tables or workspaces, right, they feel they're overwhelmed with a lot of thoughts, and they're probably struggling to bring everything out in a list. They would have 100 things running in their head at that point in time, but they're not able to organize and complete one thing successfully. If that's what is happening to me, to us, to any of us in this room today, then probably that's because there's a lot of clutter and that needs to be decluttered. So, simple yet profound point that we want to take away is over decorating creates visual noise and mental stress. So less is more. Now how do we do this declutter routine, right? What are the simple sustainable practices that we can follow? How can we contribute to um, Mother Earth and make sure that um, this mother who's been holding us for the longest period continues to hold us and continues to grant us space in whatever she's given us so far? Those are some of the things that we can start. We'll start discussing. Now, I was actually kind of putting this in perspective, right? Putting this in place. Let's start one day at a time. That the I've noticed this. The minute somebody looks at an Insta reel or a video on YouTube, or probably they hear it from someone, they're all pumped up with energy, and they be like, "Okay, today I'm gonna clean the entire house. It has to become spick and span. I want to make sure that it's absolutely clear and my mind is going to become, completely clean. That's what people think right after watching a video or a reel or they hear it from someone. Now, that excitement is definitely great, but again, there is crowding of thoughts, right? We need to have a routine for this, and that's not something that can be developed overnight. It needs practice. It needs us to put things in a list. Make sure that you write it down. Probably put it on a place where you can follow this day in and out. Every step a day or little drops of water makes a mighty ocean. If you want to be an obsessed, you know, I'm not saying someone who's beating yourselves, and we're going to talk about that energy as well, right? How does getting obsessed over cleaning actually creates a lot of negative energy inside home versus what it's supposed to do to the entire energy at home? That's also something that we're going to discuss. So, first step, daily, we're going to take 5 to 10 minutes. What are some of the simple habits that we can make sure we do? As soon as we wake up, are we making our beds? Is that something that we do? I'm not saying we need to have clean, we need to have new bedspreads, blankets, pillow covers, pillows every day. No, that's not what I'm referring to. But I'm just talking about making your beds right after you wake up. Is this done? If it's not, then probably we'll start that routine from today onwards. Second, your dining table or your kitchen counter should not have anything apart from a salt and pepper case and a holder with spoons and the table mats or that simple small ones that are there. Anything other than that is supposed to get back to the kitchen counter, back in its places. Putting items back in its place before sleeping creates a lot of positive energy. Now let's start that from today and you see how your mind feels. Be intentional about monitoring what you feel and how you feel right after doing these little things. Before going to bed, make sure that your kitchen sink does not have things left in it. Now, probably some of you are wondering, she spoke about home decor and what routine is this now that we're talking about? Towards the end of the session, each of you will realize that home decor is not rocket science and it's simple habits that create a beautiful mind. We spoke about what we can do every day, and I'm guessing each of you have made a note to start from today in case you haven't already. Now let's look at what we can do weekly. Some of the common things that we use every day is your wallet, your drawers, and handbags. Is your handbag telling a great story about you? Is your wallet telling that you are an absolutely renewed person? If it's not, then it's high time that we clear the articles in your bag, the things in your wallet. Your drawers should not consist of anything that's old or broken. Let's get to your kitchen. Do you have foods that are expired? Are there cosmetics um, in your dressing table that that is going to harm your health? Do you have papers that are scribbled and just thrown about here and there? That's something that needs to be reviewed quickly by the end of the week and make sure that it's gone immediately to the bin. Your mirrors, doors, windows. Have you all ever wondered what are these telling us? The mirrors are an expression of what you are, right? You go stand in front of you, in front of a mirror. They hold energy impressions. Now, While there is an object that's going to show you what you look like and you immediately make corrections, have you ever wondered whether the mirror is clean enough to show me clear expressions, right? In case that's not done, probably this week we still have 3 more days to finish this week. You can have this as part of your agenda. So we done daily. We know what you're going to do. What we are going to be doing every day. We know what we are going to be doing every week. Uh, we make sure that these things are eliminated. We don't want to have anything that's expired at your homes. We don't want things that are broken. We don't want things that are no longer used to be carried in your wallets, handbags, etc. Now comes your monthly routine, wardrobe declutter. If you are someone who stands in front of the wardrobe to determine which clothes to wear, and you see yourself with a piled cloth mountain, then probably now is the time for you to make sure that your closet is decluttered. If you're not able to pick your clothes within 10 minutes from the time you stand in front of the closet choosing what to wear, then probably you need a lot more work there. It doesn't have to be a monthly thing. I think we need to do it weekly to make sure that it becomes a monthly routine. Books, shoes, and unused gadgets. These are some of the least attention paid um, objects at home. Books we read, we probably leave it at the table, or if you're sitting on if you are someone who reads in the night and you just read the book, leave it next to you, and there are piles of books, right, like a heap of books, they're right there. Or if you feel that there are wires and gadgets that are not used, probably broken, devastated, beyond repair, then those are things that needs to be out of your home without any delay. A simple logic or technique that has helped me is to see if there are clothes, if there are things like shoes that you haven't used for about 6 to 12 months, then it's not yours. It is supposed to be someone else's. Your lending hand is waiting to give that to somebody else, and there is a receiving hand who's waiting to get that as a present from you. So probably think about donating some of the clothes, some of the unused gadgets, some of these unused shoes or books. When you give these, make sure that you clean them and give it to them, because we don't want to carry energies that are negative for that recipient. So, what's our simple takeaway from here? The simple thing is, when you look at things at your home, you ask whether this supports the life that I want now. Does this help me to enhance my thought process, or is it causing me that frown on my face and saying, oh my God, that's a lot of things? If this is how you feel, then it's time for declutter. It's time for energy that needs to be going outside, right? Now, we discussed a lot of tips about how things are going to change. How we can make sure that the decluttering happens. Have you thought about what are some of the benefits that these decluttering changes can bring? The first thing in your life that's going to shift is the way you think. You will suddenly start feeling like, oh my, there is a lot of time for me, and looks like I'm not busy as I was before. That's not truly what it is, right? You're not um, you're not less busy now. It's just that you're more organized. right? So the way you start thinking, the way your creativity is going to propel is going to have a paradigm shift, is what I would say. Once you start thinking more creatively, you attract clarity, you attract opportunities. And what else? Abundance is right in your door, right at your door, right inside your home. It enhances relationships. Imagine the situation that we spoke at the start of the session. You see everything here and there, no place to sit, no glasses to pick up and drink water peacefully, right? You come to your bedroom and you see clothes that you yourself had changed this morning before you left to work or business or whatever is still lying there for you to come and pick it up. If that's the kind of energy that surrounds your home, would you be able to talk peacefully with a smile to your family members? Probably not. Now, decluttering is going to bring more harmony at your home. The energy is going to become more positive, less irritation, more smiles, more laughter. And guess what? It's a nest that is so peaceful. Now, while you're attracting clarity, while your thought process has changed, while you see your relationships have suddenly there is an absolute serenity and calm that surrounds in your home. What is going to happen? Your overthinking is reduced, your anxiety is reduced, and that helps you improve your sleep. You'd probably just crash on the bed and then you sleep like a baby, right? The next morning you wake up, you are able to make decisions more quicker than before. And what is the reason? It's not like you had some memory plus tablets or something to enhance your thinking abilities. No, it was just about decluttering your mind. If these are the things that can be brought about as a change, imagine the longevity of your life. Imagine your lifespan getting increased or improved because of of these things, simple things that you're going to be doing. Now, we should always remember stagnation equals stop. Stagnation equals clutter. When things are decluttered, it enhances flow. Flow state is the absolute state that anyone should live in, right? Imagine clutter is blocked life force. If probably that's not happening until today, now is the time that we need to start looking at releasing the life force and allowing it to live, right? We should not block something that is destined to live. Now, what are some of the things that should not be kept at home, right? I think we already mentioned this, but it's going to be a quick recap. In case you have mirrors that suddenly just broke, it fell down, it broke. Now stop thinking about fixing them using quick fix. The best place for it to go out would be a decorative, right? If you have pots at home and you have mirrors that have broken and is cracked, use the glue stick or use Fevicol. Make sure that you stick them on the pots and make it like a beautiful pot that is going to reflect and attract more energy, right? But cracked mirrors do not have a place in your home with the way it is. What about clocks that have stopped, right? A beautiful gift. Probably you received it during your wedding anniversary, your birthday, any occasion, and someone's gifted you a clock. And it's been years that it's there in its place, but it's not doing its job. It's dead. How long can you keep dead things inside your home? Do you think it's a good one? Just imagine that you have a dead um, insect, a dead pest, right? Like, let's say, a rat or a mice. It's dead. What is going to happen in a day? It's going to rot, it's going to stink, it's going to create a lot of health issues, right? So when there is flow state, it's absolutely good. But the minute it loses its life or its functionality, that's the time when you need to discard them. Curtains that are torn. It's a beautiful curtain that I purchased. I love this curtain, but it's torn. Should it have a place in your home? Probably not. That's something that you have to give away or recycle into something beautiful that goes into your garden, right? What about cups? This is my favorite coffee mug, and I've been drinking with this coffee mug for years now. But right where you're holding it, it's chipped off. Right where you're placing it on the table, the bottom is all chipped off. If that's the way your cup is, probably it's time for something new in your life. I'm not saying pampering yourself is bad. I'm just saying that you need to pamper yourself with the right things. Pamper yourself with things that are not energy drainers, instead, energy enhancers. How about the, the mobile chargers or wires that you once purchased? It wasn't working, then you got another one, but your mind just didn't allow you to give some time to throw away things that are not working, chargers that are broken, the wires that are kind of ripped off, and you still are like, let me just keep it. Someday, when I don't have the charger handy, this will come handy, right? And you have those chargers and cables, wires all over the place. And definitely, when wires are kept, we are not going to be like putting it around. Um, an organizer for it and keep it. If that's what is happening right today, just go ahead, take them off and start it. Now, what are these symbolizing? Like I already mentioned, stagnation, and stagnation causes delay in receiving the right things. Now, the other things we spoke about, ma'am, when she was introducing me, mentioned about wall decor, home decor. How many things do we want to accumulate? Now, if there is a table, how many articles do we want to keep? Of course, depending on the size of the table, you can determine the number of items, but it should not be more than one or two. Nothing more than two. If you have empty space, it means that there is more for you to come creative instead of clubbing a lot of things and arranging like 15 different items on your table. Similarly, your dining table, that must definitely give room for you to peacefully keep a plate and eat, right? It should not occupy and leave you with just little space for you to have your food, right? So, like I mentioned, a holder for the spoons and forks and the salt and pepper case. This is probably what you need to have, and maybe a jug of water. If it's not plastic, then it's amazing, because while you keep water in plastic containers, the energy that gets transferred is not positive, it's not natural. Therefore, recommendation is to have something natural. An earthen pot would be amazing. If you're not someone who's used to that kind of a cold water, definitely not fridge water. Earthenware vessels are better. All right. So place water so that you know that you can drink. but avoid keeping water in plastic containers. Um, Now that's about your dining table and the tables probably that you have in your workplace, or at your bedrooms. Even if you want to place a few articles, make sure that you have an organizer, or a simple organizer that again can be created by yourself. Why don't you pick up a project to to create an organizer and see how you can beautify or enhance the way your closet looks? Probably all that were just stacked are now put into smaller boxes which are neatly organized, or one box which is going to help you organize multiple things. Right? Think about it, and you could have the most recycled, valuable organizer at home. How about gifts that you have received so far? We definitely all have a sentimental value and attachment towards the gifts that we get, right? Now, let's imagine that you got a gift and it's from a toxic. I'm not getting into what toxicity means. How are we going to correct that? No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm just talking about gifts that you have received from toxic relationships, right? If that is still lingering around your home, it's just going to rekindle painful memories. Now, we don't want to create that kind of a painful energy at home. Therefore, you can decide what you want to do with those kind of gifts. Definitely, I appreciate and understand that each of us value gifts very, very differently. But what good does it make for a gift if it's not giving you anything positive, right? If it's only giving you tears and pain, it much rather not be in your vicinity, right? It should not take away the positive energy that you carry. Any objects that are linked to grief, fights, resentment, right? These are some of the things that should not be kept as memorable ones, because here you're not cherishing memories, you're just regretting those painful experiences that you went through. What about old letters, photos that trigger sadness? You don't want your brain to be revisiting them every now and then, or probably looking at it and going into a grief mode without um, without being able to generate positivity within yourself. So, in case you have memories, good for your heart, please keep them. But if it's going to ruin it, that's not the space for it. Don't give space for anything that's going to carry and rekindle painful memories. We generally have the tendency to keep things under the bed, right? Probably in carton boxes, or storage containers. These are things that we generally tend to push under the cot, right? Because there's space. And probably this is a very old habit, but in case you have old files, shoes, random storage blocks, right? These are definitely blocking um, blocking your sleep, and probably it is blocking rest and subconscious healing. It's not letting you heal because you've kept it right under your bed. So think about it. Probably let that space just be a little hide and seek space for kids at home. I'm not someone who'd recommend that, because we have lower cots, and these days kids are extremely trying to prove themselves. They would probably put their legs and heads inside and get caught. So that space can be absolutely empty. It allows you to clean and make sure that there are no pests inside. What about artificial plants? We love flowers, we love flower vases, right? But is this generating positivity? And that's something that you need to excess of fake plants, right? They all look lush green and everything, but it's not real. If that's a lot at your home, that's something that we need to think about. Why? Because artificial or dead, right, is not giving positive energy. It's not giving healing energy. It's only creating a lot of negativity, right? So prefer healthy life plans or don't keep them at all, right? We don't need to bring in a negative energy and say that we are making ourselves look like we are environment friends, right? We don't have to look like we are growing plants inside our home while it's all artificial, right? So you don't have to keep that place for dead plants or artificial plants. Instead, recycle something so that you at least save the burden for the earth, for mother earth, right? That way you don't have to contribute to degrading our space, our space of life. So prefer healthy life plants or don't keep excessive dead plants or artificial plants or these flower vases with just so many things. I'm sure many of us are orthodox, we are religious, we are spiritual, right? But look at your space. It could be your puja room or wherever you have a lot of religious idols or images. If there are too many, I am underlining this point. If there are too many, then it causes energetic overload. Okay, keep that room simple. The minute you enter, you should suddenly feel calm, absolutely calm. If that's not what you're feeling, that room is also cluttered, right? Keep only those that you connect with deeply. I'm not saying everything that you receive is bad, but overdoing anything is harmful. All right, we all know this adage, excessive of amrit, or that divine thing is also an overload. It's bad. So clean and maintain them respectfully. Now, what many people do, they keep it for years. Only the ones that they are comfortable with, they offer puja, clean it, and all of those. But that happens only once a year, right? So if these are things that we are not able to, maintain well, then you can imagine what's the kind of energy that all of these are going to generate. All right. What are some of the things that we should not definitely display? If you have broken tools, knives, or anything that creates an aggressive energy, that's something that should not be kept on display. For example, a knife on your dinner table, just popping out of the spoon and the fork holder, that's something that you should avoid. Right? So sharp objects are something that you can avoid from getting displayed. It's supposed to be kept in a place where it's out of reach for the children. Now, how do we cleanse the home? Right? Um, if you're someone who eats a lot of fruits, then you have fragrances right at your home. What can you do? How can you cleanse the aura? Um, every day, make sure that your windows are open at least for 10 minutes, right? That way, anything that was accumulated the previous night while you were asleep, all of those finds its way outside and fresh energy comes in. Now, when we say ventilation, there's a lot of difference between having just the light and having ventilation. Just as much as light is required in your homes, so is clean air, right? And air that was circulating the entire night is supposed to be out and make space for fresh air to come in. Now, how do you do that? As soon as you wake up, we remember that our daily routine includes that we make our beds and then we open the windows. Now, when you open the windows, what happens? The light helps you to come out of your sleep completely, not feel lethargic anymore, not feel tired anymore. Instead, start feeling fresh when you open those curtains, when you open those windows. You just allow ventilation and fresh air to pass in, which activates every cell in your body, and that starts becoming contagious, which means you are fresh, you are active, and then you go speak to your family members, right? Like your husband or your wife. You go talk to them, and they're like, "Oh, suddenly, what's happening? Someone's being very very energetic. Something has happened, right?" They start catching up, and they're not going to be like, "Oh, what happened? Suddenly you're energetic." This is not how they're going to talk, right? Even if they're talking like that for a few minutes, the fifth minute they'll automatically align with your pace of speech, right? The excitement and the energy that you carry is something that they will also start aligning. And the little ones at your home are observing you. You don't have to teach them, sit down, I'm going to teach you how to make sure that your space is clean, your energy is high. No, you don't have to do any of those. No tuitions required. Every minute that you're living at your home is a model for them. They keep observing you, they keep absorbing you. That's the speciality of these little ones. They don't talk a word, they don't say anything, they don't, but they can sense the energy at home like you have no idea. So you be that first person to initiate this decluttering activity. Enhance your home decor with little stuff. All right. Time for us to bid farewell to things that are no longer benefiting us or giving us the highest energy, highest positive energy. Instead, we give them their way to to make whatever they want to. All right. So first, make sure that your windows are open. All right. And have you have you wondered how your tiles or the surfaces, right? How would they sparkle if you add a bit of baking soda to the mopping that you do? Now, many of us have helpers at home, right? Like maids who come and help us clean the home. What are they cleaning? Uh, they just clean the spaces that are visible, right? The invisible spaces are like out of sight is out of mind. I don't feel that that space exists at all. That's the way some people, some helpers do the work, right? But try doing this. The mop stick that people use, right, has so much of energy in it. That's something that we need to pay attention to. So rinse it with salt and baking soda, and make sure that the mop stick is clean, right? Because we use a lot of artificial cleansers, I would say, like Lysol. Um, like there are umpty number of things that I've seen that helps you clean your floor. Actually, after you use the mop stick, you can just think of the stench that it creates. Sometimes, if there is hard water, the mop stick is awfully bad, right? And now our very own helper comes, they just do the rinsing like 2 3 times, and then they start mopping, and they're done. And then what happens? The house is wet, but the floor is wet, but it is not clean. It is not giving that smile on the face. Instead, it's just creating a lot of frowning, right? So try the step: salt and baking soda. Ask them to rinse the mop stick multiple times and clean it with just water. You will see that there is the floor is a lot better when it's cleaned with other so-called cleansers, right? Now, if you're someone who is used to eating fruits every day, and orange is one of them, or you have lemons at home, what do you do after you squeeze lemon for a lemon juice? Or let's say you've eaten oranges, what do you do with the rest? Is there something that we do? Probably we throw them all, right? Now, instead, take these orange peels or lemon rinds, and if you have a microwave at home, just put those peels inside, add a little water, and microwave it for about 2 minutes. Right? They all start. Um, they'll clean your microwave first. You will see all the grit and grin coming away, releasing off, and it's just going to be one wipe away, and your microwave is sparkly clean. Now, once that is done, what happens? You can actually use that water as a natural room freshener, right? Instead of a microwave, if you're able to um, boil the water with the lemon rinse or orange rinse, you will see the entire house smelling orange. All right, it's a fresh feeling that you will get when you do that. So this is how you recycle. This is how you uh, allow your home to not just look clean but also start. um, it's also a good practice to use rock salt bowls, right, in corners, but very essential is to make sure that it's cleaned every week, right? You keep that. It's going to generally salt is supposed to eliminate bad energy, bad odor at homes, right? Those what do you call, uh, those molded smell, right? Which is caused during winters. That is something that the salt has the ability to take away. Right? So make sure that you keep a bowl of rock salt in corners, and then you discard it. Please do not throw them in your sink. You have to discard it in the bin. All right? So this is something that you can do. Make sure that your entrance is clutter free and it's well lit. Right? That is welcoming, and you will see how as soon as you enter your home, or probably right at your gate, you feel like you're coming back inside very quickly. um we have actually discussed a lot of things today. um I'm just going to take a few minutes, probably the next 6 minutes, to talk about 7 things that we can do on 7 days, right, for a week. So make sure that you remove your shoes that are not there, that are not being used, that's not supposed to be in there for you. If it's in good condition, wash it, clean it, and donate it. Right? Your doormats, racks, corners, these are some of the things that you do not cobwebs to take its place. Make sure that you dust them and clean. Frames, switches, these are things that we can make sure that we are clean. Right? Switchboards are the least paid attention to in home decor. All right. And now conveniently people have started getting stickers. The reason is because they keep handling the switches, and right below that you will see one brown design that is coming. That is your palm, right? That semicircle at the end, you keep switching on and off those switches, but the grit and dirt from your palm and excessive use of these creates a design right there. So make sure that your switches, door handles, these are things that are first impressions and least paid ones, but they definitely enhance social energy. So what's a tip that I would like to share? First day, like day one, let's say you're starting today, see if you can place a plant, or many of us do have this habit of placing a lamp or a diya at the entrance. In case you don't have one, you can probably have a small pot of a plant. Day two, kitchen, that's something that you have to pay attention to, because our focus is to get nourishment and prosperity from there. Expired foods, definite no no, harmful for you inside and externally as well. See if you can practice cleaning one shelf at a time. Again and again, I keep telling this, overdoing is harmful, right? Excess of anything is harmful. The minute we hear that we need to clean all of this and there's so much of negative energy stuck, or probably I'm doing everything, but let me just do like one round all of it today. No, one step at a time. Protect your energy, protect your stamina as well, right? Any unused utensils, this one we need it, that one we need it. If you're not needing it, or you've not used in the last 6 months to 12 months, then it's not supposed to be. You can live without using it. That's what it says, right? So donate it. Keep a minimalistic life. The stove, your fridge, pantry, these are some of the things that you need to thoroughly check. Fridge, especially fridge, it holds a lot of um, life things, or things with life, converts it into death, right? What happens when you preserve food in the fridge? They don't keep nutrients intact. They actually freeze or deaden all the cells that are alive, right? So your food that, let's say you have sabjis or vegetable fries, or just like a side dish that you have prepared, and you keep it inside, we feel that after taking it outside and we reheat it and eat, it's good. Like, I prepare it for 1 week, I keep and eat. No, I'm not going to elaborate or dwell on this more, but what is kept in a mortuary, you know it. And how does it look when it is in the ice box? It's all fresh, right? It looks fresh. Look at the kind of advertisements that have influenced us so much, right? All of us have fridge, definitely agree, but it's not something that's supposed to be used as a lifestyle, right? I prepare for 1 week, and with this busy hectic schedule, I don't have time, and I keep things in the fridge and I keep consuming it every now and then. We are actually eating dead things. So if you are not consuming things that are full of life, you can reconsider or think about what we are consuming. And I've also mentioned what we consume is what we pick up, right? Day three, make sure that your bedroom, declutter the tables beside your bed. Any old clothes, old torn linen, these are not going to enhance your home decor. It's just going to deplete your energy. Keep only pairs, lamps, pillows, all of these will balance your relationship, right? Day four, wardrobe. Not clothes not worn in the last 12 months, not for you. Someday This will fit me when I reduce my weight, when I become thin. I'm definitely going to use it. See the beauty and become healthier by donating it to someone whom you feel that could look beautiful. Make them look beautiful, not just with what they wear, but also with the ability to see the heart that you have. Arrange things by color and categories instead of just dumping everything, or just folding and even just placing one above the other, one above the other. If you arrange it by color, it makes it easier for you, and you can also determine what to wear. And your 10 minutes of time before your closet should definitely be reduced. And if that's what you're able to do, voila, you have already headed to the right path. Wear light colors the next day to anchor a change. For example, today you wore a dark blue, next day wear white, next day you could wear brown, right? So do a energy shift. Don't have to wear only dark colors. That's something that you could keep in mind. Bathrooms or toilets, right? These are places where we release. Now that is also something that needs to be clean. Half used bottles, bottles that are shampoo sachets, things that are already used or no longer in use, expired. Mirrors, they attract a lot of those moisture. Make sure that it's clean. And the minute you reduce the number of items even within your toilet, right, it makes you feel like you have released completely, released all the negativity that is not benefiting you, will be completely taken away. Fresh towels, right, is something that we always need to keep in mind. You finish your bath and you're using the same old towel for about 2 days, is not a nice thing. All right. So keep your bathroom doors closed and make sure that they are dry at all points in time. um The last one is home vibration. I think we've already spoken about digital wires and stuff, right? Mental clarity comes with shredding away things that are old, useless. Make sure that your handbags and drawers are decluttered. Phone, photos, apps, cases that are broken, tempered glass that is all scratched and worn out. This is also something that I did. So I also recently did that change, and I could see uh, a shift, like a sudden shift that happened, right? With the way I'm holding the phone, the confidence and courage that I had uh, before before changing those glasses and stuff like that. I'm not someone who's a geek or who wants to spend a lot of time on these things, but if you having torn or worn out stuff actually depletes your energy than doing good. All right. So those are some of the things that we want to change. The last one is to make sure that you have, well lit rooms, right? Rearrange the corner, right? Once in a while, once a month, probably you can discuss with your family and see how you can reposition things. Now, that will also rewire your brain. uh, Even if you do not have electricity or power, if you're able to close your eyes and step into your room and just go exactly where you want to go, that means your brain is just stuck to one pattern, and something new happens, it's going to struggle, right? Now please keep telling your brain that I'm going to change this every month, and your brain will listen to you. Give that change, give that element of creativity and newness to your home with the things that are already there. I'm not talking about buying new things. Home decor is not an expensive affair as long as you know how to deal with it, right? That's going to enhance your energy. um, Practice gratitude. Sit silently for 5 minutes. That should be possible anywhere you go inside your house, right? You go to the kitchen, you should be able to sit for 5 minutes peacefully, silently, just with yourself. If you're able to go to your bedroom, sit silently and envision something very calm and serene, that's like a home that is emanating positive energy. All right, so should be any of your rooms, whether it's bathroom or is it's the living room, it doesn't matter. But if it's allowing you to sit peacefully, then you have raised your energy at your home. So I hope I've not overloaded. Let's not aim at perfection at the first go. One space at a time, one closet at a time. Donate, recycle, discard things that no longer benefits you. Drink water after each session, and positively say that you have released everything that's negative, and you are intaking, or you're ready to receive everything that's positive. um, I hope with this you all have uh, you all have raised your energies, and I just wish that your home is an aura of nest, a nest of aura, which is going to light up your lives. Stay healthy and wish you a successful year ahead.